Sky Squad, the question on my lips today is, can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? If you did, then maybe we can chill. I don't think you do. Um, we talking about bills. Yes, celebrities are just like us, baby. They have bills to pay. And when they don't pay them, the people will come and get them. Okay. So we're going to be talking a little bit about bills. And it's honestly, maybe it's quite relatable for some of you guys. You know what I'm saying? We all got bills that we don't want to pay. So, I mean, but it just so happens that when you are a celebrity, it makes the news. So, we're going to be talking about it today. All right. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button and join the Sky Squad members community. Click the link in the description down below. First video has already dropped in the community. It will premiere on YouTube as well later. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's get into the biz naive. Okay. NeNe Leakes' ex-landlord is attempting to garnish the Real Housewives of Atlanta's bank accounts over a 5-figure debt. What is going on? Well, according to In Touch and Yahoo Entertainment, okay, apparently her former landlord is making moves in court to collect a $25,000 judgment. Okay. This is what In Touch exclusively reveals. All right. So according to the court docs obtained by In Touch, these court docs, they just be floating around in the ether, man. Anyway, the landlord MPG-Sugarloaf, who was awarded the 5-figure sum over an alleged unpaid rent on NeNe's now closed swag boutique, fired off a summons to Truist Bank. Now, apparently, this summons informed Truist of the debt that NeNe owes. It instructed the bank to A, immediately hold all money, including wages and other property, except what is known to be exempt, including property in safe deposit boxes or similar property that you hold belonging to the defendant named above, beginning on the day of this summons and including the next 5 days. Okay. Now, apparently, the lawsuit, which was actually filed in August of 2023, MPG-Sugarloaf claimed NeNe signed a lease in 2017. Now, we've heard about this before. NeNe closed the store during the pandemic, right? She reopened the boutique for a small period of time before then eventually closing it for good in 2022. Now, the landlord said she failed to pay the $22,000 in rent after she vacated the location. Now, NeNe has since, I don't know if you guys recall this, commented on social media that basically referenced this lawsuit, saying that her late husband, Greg, had been the one that signed the lease. She wrote, "Greg signed the lease, not me. He ain't here." Okay. Now, we know that Greg unfortunately passed on September 1st of 2021, but despite the landlord claiming NeNe was served with the legal paperwork at her $1 million Atlanta condo, she failed to respond to the claims in court. Okay. So as a result, in November, this past November, the judge granted a default judgment. He awarded the landlord the $22,000 in unpaid rent with interest for a grand total of $25,631. Now, okay. Here's the thing. When you have something happen like this, to me, it would seem like just being someone in NeNe's position who is, NeNe is, in my opinion, a valuable commodity, right? Like, I think that despite the fact that there has possibly been some blackballing going on, I do believe that NeNe is still valuable to the world of entertainment. And I do think that there is a path forward for her And we're not going to even look at the Bravo route any longer because I just think that that ship has sailed. But so the reason I say that is because in my mind, she probably has a great attorney who could be handling this situation for her. But I'm not necessarily sure why the claim wasn't responded to, right? Because if it's not responded to, then her tweeting that Greg signed the lease and he's not here anymore, unfortunately, but he was still your husband. I guess my question is, does that not fall under her to pay? But then my question would be, why was it not signed under a corporation or a company so that the company could be sued instead of Greg or Nene? And maybe it was. I don't know. But in my limited experience with, LLCs and S corps, it would just seem like you would have that would have been signed under a business. And because I don't know so much about it, it's hard to really say. But that seems to me like that would be the smart way to go about it. Now, I don't know if that ultimately will still fall on her if Greg's business signed for it or if Greg signed for it personally, right? So that's the point of clarification that I think that we need. I personally feel like, Nene, just go ahead and drop the $25,000, get this thing off of your plate. In my mind, she got it. Okay, she's Nene Leakes. In my mind, she got it, right? So that is that. All right, so let's talk about our next story. Okay, now I try to not really get too much into the minutia of Kim Zolciak and Kroy and their shenanigans with regards to their divorce. But since today's topic was paying the bills, okay, and we all got them due, okay, rent is always due, taxes, cell phone, car insurance, car note, and even your Target bill. Yes. Even your Target bill. So Kim Zolciak, according to TMZ, has been ordered to settle her Target credit card bill and then some. But I want y'all to understand where this has gotten, okay? So when you hear the amount and then when you hear that it's gotten to the court, it's just like, yo, Kim and Court, I mean, y'all might want to open up an OnlyFans at this point. You know what I'm saying? Open up an OnlyFans. Like, there's got to be a way we can wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? And I understand listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Being debt or broke is expensive. Okay? And when I talk about these stories, I don't talk about them from the perspective of ha ha he he ha, because guess what, y'all? It can happen to anybody at any point in time. Some of these things, right? What I'm really talking about can happen is you could find yourself in a sticky situation because I've been there, so I know, right? And if you follow my personal channel, you will know I've talked about those things before. So it's interesting to sort of see what's happening here with Kim and this Target thing. Now, here Kim is pictured in a brunette wig of sorts. The people was talking about she had dyed her hair. It looked like a wig to me. Anyway, getting back to the Target situation. So apparently she is being ordered to pay off a Target bill, okay? And though it's minor, they say she is still on the hook. So the court docs, yes, y'all, there are court docs for this amount. A Georgia judge issued a default judgment in March in favor of Target National Bank, which handles credit card for the department store, ordering Kim Zolciak to cough up $2,500 plus $100 in court fees. Oh, yes. I'm going to place the link in the description of this video so you guys can see the documentation for yourself. Now, apparently, Kim opened a credit card with Target back in 2007, but They say Target National Bank says she defaulted on her payments back in 2022, okay, with her last payment of $500 being made in September. Now, remember, that's around the same time that it sounded like they had stopped paying on things in general. Now, Target National Bank claimed it demanded a payment from Kim, but she failed to clear her debt. She didn't seem too stressed about it because she too never responded to the filing, resulting in the judgment default against her. It's like in both of these situations. Now, I don't know much about algebra, but I know that if you don't respond to the people, they take it further, okay? All you got to do in some cases is try to make some type of payment arrangement or something like that. Just call them. Call them. You know what I'm saying? Call them, Kim. Just call them. As many times as you didn't call 911, you could have doggone well sure enough called Target. Now, I do have a theory, but I don't know if this is actually the case. And I'm going to need somebody that's done this before to chime down. And don't be shamed about it, because to me, ain't nothing to be shamed about for what I'm about to ask y'all. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to it. So in comparison her other debt issues, $2,613 she owes is probably, mere crumbs to Kim. But in my mind, it's like, girl, if it's crumbs, pay it. All right, so now they've narrowly avoided foreclosure on the home this spring. All right, they did reach an agreement with their bank, buying themselves a little time to try to sell the place before the bank seizes it. But so TMZ's argument is that Kim probably has bigger fish to fry than this credit card bill at the time. But again, it's like if you still just act on the one thing at a time, again, because y'all got time enough to be calling Target, so much so, not Target, but 911, so much so that the police then had to make sure y'all got assigned closet times to visit your closet to get your clothes. Then in my opinion, you got time to call down to Target and just simply say, hey, can I make some payment arrangements? Okay. Unless, my question is to y'all, for those of you guys who have maybe done this before, there is a plan or an attempt to file for bankruptcy. Now, the reason I ask about that is the specificity with regards to the date that a lot of these things seem to have stopped being paid for Kim, which was around that September 2022 timeframe, or so it seems, allegedly, right? Because when you look back through the documentation, I noticed that it's always a September date. Now, I don't know if it was September 2023 or 2022, but right here it says 2022. So I'm just trying to take a good guess and a gander. But at the end of the day, I wonder, is there any plan or any attempt maybe to think about going into bankruptcy? Because with amounts this large, listen, and the wealthy people apparently do it all the time, okay? They do it all the time. They get themselves out of that debt, and then they go right back on about their merry way of, doing rich people things. Now, I don't know if Kim Zolciak falls under this purview, but what I'm asking is would that be something that someone who is maybe attempting or planning to file bankruptcy would do? Somebody chime down in the comment section down below if you are listening to this on the audio, or if you guys are watching the video version of this. Now, with that being said, that's all the news that we got for y'all on this Good Tuesday right now. If anything else pops off, I will definitely let you know. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to all the sources. All the links will be in the description in this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.